All right, so we're going to start. As I already mentioned, today we're going to practice on your speaking skills. What we're going to do is I will ask one by one anyone who wants to start first or to be the second to let me know if you're ready. What we're going to do is I'm going to ask you questions related to speaking part one IELTS speaking test, and you're going to answer by turning on your voice. The rest of you guys who are going to participate later, you're going to answer those questions on your own in the background. You will try to have to answer those questions on yourself. And then after finishing this questioning process with one person, I will give some feedback and then we'll move on to the second person and then third one. So at the same time, as I have already mentioned, you guys have to be actively participating in background. You need to listen to the question that I have asked from your group mate and try to answer that question on your own. Okay, so we're going to start with part one, and I want to see how well you can answer to those questions. Uh, who's ready? Who wants to be first? No one wants to be first? Um, Come on, guys, be a little bit brave. Don't worry, it's okay. It's just speaking. No, nothing more than from boys. Okay, we've got only one boy, Jalaluddin, over here. Jalaluddin, can we start with you? Do you feel comfortable that you're able to start first? If that's fine, you can yeah, turn on your voice, then we'll start it. Don't worry, this is nothing more than a test. It's just a speaking test. Oh, come on, Jalaluddin. Turn on your voice. Can you do that? As I always say, speaking is developed. Right? You will not improve your English speaking skills without speaking. Okay. Right. Jalaluddin is here now. Hi, Jalaluddin. How are you?
Hi, I am fine. Thank you.
Great. Can you speak a little bit louder? Because it's hard to get what you're saying.
Okay.
That's great. Are you ready?
Yes.
That's great. We're going to start our speaking test, and I'm going to ask you about, well, that's going to be part one. I'm going to give you some questions, and you need to answer them as in the part one. Okay, this is not part two, this is not part three. You just need to give me short answers. Okay,
Okay.
great. Okay, Jalaluddin. Um, yeah, find a silent place so that no one disturbs you. You have to make sure that it's a quiet place. Are you ready now?
Yes, I am ready.
Good. All right. Here we go. My first question is, um, where are you from?
I am from Intonation.
You're from. I'm sorry. I think there is an internet connection problem. Could you repeat your answer?
Yes, I have interconnection.
Yeah. Now, please, could you tell me where are you from? I think we've got a very big problem with Jalaluddin's internet connection. Is it clear? Can you hear me? Anyway, Munira, I think you're going to be the first. The rest of you guys, please find a quiet place because I'm going to come to you also. Find a quiet place and make sure that the connection has no problem with it. Jalaluddin, I'm going to jump to Munira right now. You're going to answer to these questions on yourself on the in the background. Um, Find a place where the internet has no problem. Please try to find a place in your house closer to the window where you can feel that there is no antenna problem. Okay, Munira, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The same question to you. For those who start first, I have easier questions, and for those who are going to be the last, I have more difficult questions. So, Munira, could you tell me where you're from?
I was born in Namangan. It's a region of Uzbekistan, and it's located in the northern east of Uzbekistan. And
And
sorry,
actually, you are from?
Uzbekistan.
Okay, so you don't need to, don't forget to answer the question. You're mumbling around, but you didn't answer the question. You have to
Okay.
make sure that you answer the question. The question was where you're from. So you can say extra things. You can, as I said, embellish a little bit, but still, this should be like around the question. You can say something extra, but you have to answer the question. Okay. My next question is, which part of your country do most people live in?
In our country, lots of people live in Tashkent. Uh, this is a capital of Uzbekistan, and our population. There are lots of el- and there are lots of people who arise from another country.
Okay, so you could also say the density of Tashkent is uh, huge. You can say density is like the population. There's a lot. Okay,
Uh,
density.
yeah.
Okay, tell me about the main industry there.
Industry.
The main industry in that place.
In there are lots of there are lots of industries in their place. For example, uh, GM. It's this factory. Uh, I can't say.
Just don't worry. Concentrate. What kind of industries do we have in? What do you know? Tell me what kind of industries do you know in English or whatever. What kind of industries? Factories, yes?
Mm.
Yeah, whatever. Tell me what kind of industries do you know? Can you name some of them? Educational industry. Educational industry, it's also industry. Factory, car markets, yeah?
Mm.
Car factories,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Textile, is it industry?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, so don't worry. Just tell me if you don't know what to answer, if you don't know exactly how to answer to this question. Um, Again, this is a test where you need to speak, not exactly tell me what's the industry that is main for Tashkent. You can name every single industry that you know. You can say, I think textile and car factories are the main industry for Tashkent or for Uzbekistan. Uh, you should only use those things that you know. Don't really have to answer that question precisely. They will not go to statistics and check if you are giving the right answer. They don't care. They only care if you can answer that question because you don't want to say those words that you don't know the translation of. You may know that those words in Uzbek, but you don't really know how to say that in English. You don't want to make it for yourself difficult. So, in order to sound more professional, what you need to do is to use those words that you already know and say, in my mind, to my opinion, or in my mind, in my opinion, this and this are the main industries because there are lots of car factories, and there is no, there isn't a lot of car factory, but around in Central Asia, that Uzbekistan provides most of these countries with car. Or you can say that, as you know, cotton is our white gold. We produce a lot of textile materials. Could you say that?
Yeah, of course.
That's not too difficult, you know. What I'm going to advise you again, I have already said that. I will repeat that once again to everybody. You know, most of you have this problem when you're being asked it, when you get the question, it feels like you run out of ideas. Everything that was in your brain just blow away like a pigeon. Okay, um, and most of you now you can say, I can understand you, but I can't speak. How is that possible? You feel like you can't speak because you don't know a lot of words, because your English is not good, but you can understand. When you understand someone, it means you know those words. The only thing is that your brain is so lazy that they don't want to use those lazy words that are lying inside of your brain. What you need to do, as I said again, yesterday I told you, warm up. Before you start going to speaking activity, warm up yourself. If you want to sound professional in front of your friends and in front of everybody, examiner, whoever it is, you will see the examiner only for 15 minutes maximum. But in your real life, you need to speak English because that's what you need. As I suppose, to what I understand, you need this language very much, and it's not like you pass the exam with a high score, and then you show your certificate to your students by saying, "See, I have got 8 from IELTS speaking," but in the reality, you're not able to speak even for 6. I have never given you an example from showing a certificate where my band score shows because it's not the thing that I want to. I want to show the knowledge that I have, that I really can speak and perform English. So that's what you need to do. Try to speak a lot. Okay?
Okay.
Good. I've got
In
the
my,
second. Yep.
can I
Sure, sure. Yeah, go
speak?
ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
In my mind, in our Tashkent, in Tashkent, the main industries include lots of educational centers, uh, candy factories, and of course, automotive industries. And for instance, GM Uzbekistan, it's a factory, and this is producing a lot of cars were built with American help, and now this this is very useful for our industries improvement also.
Okay. You see, you ran out of topic. I'm not asking whether it's useful, whether it's not or it's not useful. The question was only what are the main factories, industries in Uzbekistan. You just need to tell me one or two industries, and if you wish, if you feel like you've only given one sentence, you can make the second sentence. But here I felt like you were speaking too much. It's part one. I have already told you this is part one. In part one, you need to speak only with two or three sentences. Don't go too far. Don't stay like very short. Just give two or three sentences. You can say, I feel like this and this are the main industries for Uzbekistan because there are lots of things that you can see around or whatever. Just give me why it is that you think so. Okay.
Okay.
My next question is, tell me about the main. Okay, so we've got that. How easy is it to travel around your country? I'll repeat that question again. How easy is it to travel around your country?
In our country, there are a lot of ancient places for visiting.
Sorry, you didn't get the question correct. How easy is it to travel around your country? Did you get the meaning of the question?
In our country, there are a lot of opportunities for visiting to ancient places. For instance, we have got Afrasiab. It's we have got train. It's called Afrasiab. It's very convenient for everyone. Everyone who wants to visit to Samarkand or Bukhara, and for the for and
Okay, that's it, right?
yeah, how I can stop
You
my speech?
um you feel like you don't want to stop it. From the way that you're speaking, you want to speak a lot. You want to show that you can speak to the examiner. That's not the way. You should say, it is very easy and convenient to travel around our country because we have a lot of transportation system and everything is available for population. So the intonation that you speak, the tone should go up when you're speaking at the beginning of your sentence, and that should slowly go down if you want to stop. But all the way that you're speaking, you're always excited. You're like and then okay. You don't want to stop like that. You need to start speaking with a high tone and then slowly go down, making sure that now it's going to end. Okay, so you're going to start it and then you want to slow down to make sure that it's going to end. Okay, that's how it should
Okay.
sound in English. That's, in different languages it is different. So in English, you start and then you go down slowly. Are you ready for my next question?
Definitely.
Good. Has your country changed much since you were a child?
In my opinion, our country has changed because a few years ago, in our country, there were not a lot of spectacular sceneries, and I can say that nowadays we have got lots of entertainment places for visiting. So I can say that it has changed.
Great. Okay, my next question is, 1 second, please.
Okay.
Do you prefer relaxing at home or going out in the evening? Did you get the question?
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would rather to go out with my friends in the evening because in our hometown there are lots of entertainment places uh, for for walking and hanging out with friends. For this reason, I prefer to go out.
Good, good. Okay, my next question is, when you go out for an evening, what do you like to do?
When I have this kind of situation, I definitely walk and listen lots of salawats. After that, I can feel myself very good mood. A good mood. Yeah.
You can feel yourself in a good mood.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so here is my last question to you. How popular is this with other people in your country? Like doing the same thing that you do with other people.
In summer, this kind of occasion are so popular with my neighbors, and because they also like to hang out and walk at the street with their clothes. So it's also um, profitable for them.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's the end of our speaking part one. Now I need to
Thank
jump
you.
to someone else. So here's my feedback. Again, the feedback is you have to warm up before you start speaking. And warming up is, whenever you wake up, you should spend around maybe 10 to 15 minutes to start your day with English. So, how do you start your English day with English? You should listen to something uh, real English material. So you can listen to all the materials that I'm sending, or you can even go to YouTube and find out those materials that I have uploaded. Uh, because if you start your day with this language, your brain will be transferred into English thinking. It will be developing some small. It's not like you have to listen in the background, like you listen to some kind of music, because when you listen to music, it's playing in the background, but you are doing something else. Your brain is busy doing another thing, but I advise you to really listen to that thing. So if you normally wake up at, let's say, 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whatever time it is, I'm not precisely saying that you wake up at this time. You need to make an habit of waking up a little bit earlier, like maybe 30 minutes before, earlier than you normally wake up. And for this 30 minutes, you can, in a lying position, you can turn on your brain and listen to some English. Uh, you need to really listen to this English. I'm uploading some BBC 6 minute English materials on our Telegram channel. From today on, I will be always uploading a lot of materials. So you can use those materials. You can click the link, 6 minute English, and there'll be all the 6 minute English materials sorted in one list where you can choose from one to another topic. Because if you start your day with English, it will be, again, as I said, the cells inside of your brain start, let's say, working like an English person. They will start receiving English words, and you will, inside of your brain, later during the day, you will be thinking English. If does this happen to you? I don't know exactly, but it happens to me always. If I hear some kind of a song in the morning, that song will stick to my tongue for the whole day. It's like if I listen to some kind of a any song, it doesn't really mean to be some kind of a sticky song. I just heard a song, and then that song stays the whole day in my mind, and then I always sing it in my brain, or I can even sing it out. So that normally happens to many people. I don't know exactly how it happens to you, but many people, if they listen or if they hear some kind of a song and they will be singing that song the whole day, it will stick to their tongue. So the same thing, if you listen to some kind of English podcast or yes, Jester said me, that's I think for Jester it's the same. It's the same for a lot of people. You listen to something and that stays in your brain. So you should find out those interesting materials that I'm sending from the Telegram channel. Make sure that, or you can use Telegram channel. You can use the YouTube channel that the materials that I'm sending. Listen to this for 30 minutes. You should intensively listen. Not like you put an earphone in your one ear with your another ear you watch some kind of Uzbek news. That's not gonna work. Your brain will accept, consume that thing that you pay attention. You say, okay, I want to pay attention to English, and I want to improve my English starting from right from the beginning of the day, and then this will be like taken from that place and put into your brain saying, okay, your brain should function English from now on. That's the important thing. Okay, so one of the ways of warming up your brain is by starting your day with that language. If you start your day talking blah 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 blah, blah in Uzbek, then that's totally going to be difficult to transfer your brain from Uzbek to English, because your fresh brain was damaged by Uzbek language, and then now you have to cure it by giving some medicine and erase this Uzbek and then put in some other English words onto it. That's going to make it twice difficult. So if you start your fresh brain with English, you won't need to erase, because Uzbek is native for you. You can change your language into Uzbek any second you wish, but you can't change your English from Uzbek to English any second you wish. That's what it makes you difficult to start speaking freely when it comes to English. Did you get what I mean?
Yeah, I understood. I will do what you advise from tomorrow.
Great. Um, you should keep it that way until you reach your goal. Later, you may give up with it. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I think the next person will be Kamola. Kamola, are you ready?
I think yes.
You think yes. You hope so.
And also, if someone doesn't like my voice, please just decrease the sound.
It's not about liking someone's voice or not. Yeah, you guys, there are two barriers. One barrier is like you're speaking to your teacher. This is a one big barrier. Another big barrier is like you know that there are some people listening to you, and then you might feel like, oh God, they might not like my voice. Yes. We're not talking about our voice. We're talking about our speaking skills. Good. Are you ready to start?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Here's my first question. How important are clothes and fashion to you?
Could you repeat the question?
Yes.
Yeah.
How important are clothes and fashion to you?
Clothes?
Clothes, yeah, clothes. The things that you put on.
Clothes.
Yeah,
Clothes.
clothes. Clothes. So how important are they?
So So I think it's the clothes which we wear is very important, and different people have preferred different clothes to wear. Some people prefer to wear dark clothes, while I prefer to wear light clothes. So I'm not.
Uh-huh. So you said you wear white clothes. What kind of clothes you dislike?
I dislike.
Yeah.
Um, yes, I like to buy clothes in huge shopping malls, different items including shoes, sportswear, and cosmetics. But I don't like to buy some dresses because I don't feel um, comfortable in it.
Okay. Why not? Why don't you feel comfortable with in clothes like dresses?
Uh, I tend to wear clothes that are comfortable and practical rather than fashionable.
Great. Thank you. That's great. How different are the clothes you wear now from those that you wore 10 years ago?
10 years ago. So, um, so during these 10 years, it's obvious that in my childhood, I preferred to wear some dresses or light dresses, while now I prefer to wear some uniforms. And moreover, now I'm a student of medical college. That's why we have to wear some uniforms to go to our college.
Okay, great. And what do you think the clothes we wear say about us? I'm sorry.
Could you repeat?
Yeah, I have an allergy. I just sit next to the window, and there are all the way around trees, and I have an
Mm,
allergy for spring, so that's why I sneeze sometimes. Okay. The question was, what do you think the clothes we wear say about us? Do they say anything about us when we wear or when we see someone in some kind of a clothing style?
mm. Oh, so first of all, the man difference, the wear of men's is different from women, and is difference between colors. Women prefer to wear more light colors, and I think that because women are more energetic, while men's prefer to wear dark clothes. So
Okay. Yeah, you see, you've got the same mistake as I have noticed yesterday. Men's and women's. You don't say, you say
yeah,
men
yes,
and
yes,
women.
yeah, yeah.
It's not a,
Я
it's
вспомнила.
irregular, yes? Noun.
Мгм.
Be careful. Okay, my next question is, do you enjoy dancing?
Do you enjoy what?
Dancing.
Um, so uh, I think no, because I'm not good at it.
Mhm.
But in my childhood, I will go to some dancing classes to learn different kinds of dancing.
That's great. Uh, has anyone ever taught you to dance? As you said, you used to go to dancing uh, courses. So, what have you learned? What kind of dancing have you learned? Did you get the question? Um, Kamala? Oh God, I guess we've got an internet problem again. What about the rest of you? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Uh, Kamala, are you back? God, she's gone. All right, we'll wait until she's. Well, what you need to do, guys, you're not only listening to what I'm saying, or you're not only listening to me and to the person who is answering to my questions. What you need to do is to try to answer the same question on your own. You should feel like, what would I say if I was him or her? If I were him or her. Okay, so Kamala has jumped out of the internet. Next person will be Jesser. Jesser, are you ready?
Yeah,
Great. You've got a problem with the voice. I need to. I mean, you need to make something in order to make sure that I can hear you. Just speak a little bit louder.
it's better.
Yeah, it's now much better. Great. Jesser, so I'm going to give you almost the same question. Do you like? Do you enjoy dancing?
I'm not a big fan of dancing, and uh, I don't like dancing. That's why I don't like.
I don't like dancing because I don't like. That's why I don't like. It's like yeah, just giving a lot of linking words with the same answer. You should say a big way. You could say, I don't really like dancing because I'm not a big fan of it, and I don't feel like I'm a good dancer. That's gonna be enough for you to answer. Okay, has anyone ever taught you to dance?
Yeah, in my childhood,
Mhm.
I've danced with my friends at some parties, at birthday parties,
Mhm.
and
Make sure that you answer the question. So the question was, has anyone ever taught you? So it's not like have you ever danced in your life. It's have has anyone ever taught you? So if you want to say that yes, some of my friends taught me to dance because I was not a good dancer. I can remember dancing in some kind of a birthday parties. Okay, so you should answer the question precisely. You should know exactly. Okay, this was the question, and I should answer to this question like that. It's not. I'm not asking if you have ever danced. This is not what I'm interested in. I know. I don't. I want to know. Is there anyone in your life who has taught you to dance? Okay. My next question is: did you get my answer?
yes,
Okay. And my next question is: tell me about any traditional dancing in your country.
I think the most popular traditional dance, not only in Uzbekistan, but this traditional dance is almost famous in the world, is Andijan polka,
Mm-hmm.
and I think every uh, Uzbek man can dance it.
Oh, really? Okay. So I have started recording. Uh, Fortunately for Munira, unfortunately for everybody, we're now having a one-to-one lesson. Although this is a group lesson, Munira has a lot of chance to improve her speaking skills. Now, Munira, I will give you more questions, so you will try to answer those questions as much as you can. Okay?
Okay.
So, so we're talking about dancing. Um, so here's the question to you: do you enjoy dancing?
Nowadays, I don't want to dance, but in my childhood, I really wanted to dance with my relatives because I knew that they were fan of music.
Okay. Um, why don't you like dancing now?
because nowadays I have no time for dancing, and in some cases I really want to listen only music. It's not necessary for me dancing
Okay, it's not necessary for me to dance. Okay,
and to dance.
necessary
Yeah.
to dance. Has anyone ever taught you to dance?
Yeah. In my childhood, one of my relatives, she's name is Rumaisa.
Her name.
She
Her name.
taught. Her name is Rumaisa, and he taught lots of dancing skills for me to me.
For example.
For example, uh, it's called Andijan polka.
Oh, really? You can dance Sanja polka?
Yeah, I did.
I could.
I could.
Okay. Tell me about any traditional dancing in your country.
As I mentioned now, we are various type of traditional music, and for instance, Andijan polka. It's the most popular with our boys, and so with our boys.
Do you think that traditional dancing will be popular in the future?
In my opinion, it will not um, popular like today, because uh, in uh, in our society there are lots of type of international musics, such as hip hop, and so I think it will not be modern. Eh,
Okay, so you don't really think that this is going to be as popular as it is today, right?
yeah.
Um, okay, so I'm going to give you some other questions related to. One second, please. Okay. Uh, okay. How do most people travel to work where you live?
Can you repeat?
How do most people travel to work where you live?
Ah. In our hometown, there are lots of transportation for commuting to work, and for instance, my my brothers has have their car their cars personal private cars, and so they only use their cars, um, and me I use from buses for going to my education center.
Okay, so it's better for you to say I use public transports to commute.
Yeah. Yeah.
What traffic problems are there in your area? Traffic problems. Do you have any traffic problems in your area?
Uh, in our area, there are not any problems related to traffic.
Good.
Have not any traffic jams.
Really?
Yeah,
Why don't you think
and
there is no problem? Why do you think that there are no problems?
I didn't witness.
Okay, and do you think that it's because of good transportation system, or because of policemen, or that uh, people are very educated and they respect each other? What do you think? Why is it a reason that there are no traffic?
In my opinion, our neighbors are respect each other.
Okay. How do traffic problems affect you?
Uh, 1 year ago, I had one traffic jam, and for this jam, I was late for my exam. So it was the worst day for me.
So how do they affect?
After that, I couldn't pass exam.
Okay, so because of traffic jams, you were not able to reach your destination on time
Yeah.
and do the task. So you should clearly state why they have a negative effect in whatever you're planning or whatever you're doing. You should exactly say, because of traffic jams, I was not able to reach my destination on time, and that affected my test results, or that affected my school GAP, grade GPA, grade point average, whatever. Okay, so you should be exactly telling me the answer. How would you
Okay.
reduce the traffic problems in your country? How would you reduce traffic problems in your country?
In our country, there are lots of opportunity for improving our traffic. Traffic what? Traffic jams or
Um,
tra-
yeah, I said traffic problems.
traffic we have got lots of solutions for reducing transport problems. For instance, if our government should give one policeman, it will be great for reducing this problem. And so,
So you should say, I think the existence of policemen make the traffic problems less. Yes, existence. Existence will
uh,
barligi مشتق katnashlige digamalike, okay? So you have to say the existence of policemen reduces the number of accidents or traffic problems.
okay.
All right. Okay. Jesser is also here. Jesser will switch to you in right after 10 minutes or 5 minutes approximately. You're another lucky person to be participating in this class, but I will definitely have a stronger speech with the rest of your group mates. I don't understand why they're not participating. Um, Here is another question. Do you prefer to have one particular friend or a group of friends, Munira?
Can you repeat?
Do you prefer to have one particular friend or a group of friends?
I would rather I would rather be particular friend because uh, if one person has one close friend, it will be security. It will be secure for this person because if one person has lots of friends, they can cheat, and it will be less effective for their communication.
Okay. Um, Here's another question. What do you like doing most with your friends?
To tell the truth, we are this we if we have got lots of spare time, we spend our valuable time for discussing some books related to uh, our subjects, especially English. We are discuss some of topic, and then we explain our ideas.
Hmm. Great. Do you think it is important to keep in contact with friends you knew as a child?
As new a child,
Um, do you think that it's good idea to keep contacts with your friends who were friends of your childhood?
in some case it's a good, but some other some other occasions it's not good idea because every person meets lots of friends in her or his life, and because after that they can choose one of them, and they
can choose.
they can choose one of them, and they can communicate with this person.
Great. What makes a friend into a good friend?
If uh, I can say that if one person say their secret to one their close friend,
Not secret, secret.
secret,
Secret, it means dini taraf lama yani anak kasa secret diyan dini taraf lama valuable narsa secret diyor.
Yang boleh you.
Quran is a sacred book. Okay.
Okay. After that, this person have to protect this secret. Has to protect this secret. After that, they have a good communication.
Communication. That's a communication. You don't really need to have a good communication with your friends. It's like you need to be, you really need to be good friends with your friends.
Yeah.
Now let me jump to Jasur. He's back.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to have a speaking with Jasur also. Jasur, are you ready? Jasur?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Jasur. Our questions are going to be continuing with the topic related to friends. So here's my question to you. How do you usually contact your friends?
It's part 3.
No, it's part 1. We're still doing part 1.
Part 1.
Yeah, because in part 3, it's more like questions like discussion questions. This is just a small question. How do you usually contact your friends?
Usually I talk with my friends by phoning to them, or the most no, please, can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, how do you usually contact your friends? Yeah, you said you contact them by calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
Usually I chat with my friends. It's the most easiest ways to communicating with friends.
Okay, my next question is, do you prefer to contact different people in different ways? Do you prefer to contact different people in different ways? For example, um, for some people you can directly call and speak, but for some people you feel ashamed of to call, and you'd better send some message, um, or yeah, different contacting. So the question is again, do you prefer to contact different people in different ways?
Yeah, definitely, because it's better to use different ways of communicating, because not everyone may available for phoning with you.
Okay, so you want to say that you don't know exactly sometimes if people are able to answer your phone calls. So it's better to send a message. Yeah, that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. My next question is: do you find it easy to keep in contact with friends and family? Do you find it easy to keep contact with friends and family?
Of course, it's easy because uh,
Hmm. Because of what? You can think of what could be the possible answer, um, because the technology has improved. Yes, we have
uh,
telephones now. It was slightly different in the past because you didn't have telephone, but now it's easier.
mm,
You have different platforms, media platforms like Telegram, like Facebook, Instagram. You can share and exchange some photos. So it's another thing that makes our contact easier. Yes?
yeah,
Yeah, so you should think, try to think broadly. In most of the cases, you guys have problems because you feel like this is an English question and you should think like an English person. Don't really need to think like an English person. Think like an Uzbek person, but you have to deliver it in an English manner. Um, it would be definitely much better if you can think English and like an English person. But right now it is harder for you because you need to concentrate on one skill, and that skill is speaking. As I said, if you concentrate on thinking and creating something, you will lose concentration on your spoken language, and you might have some problems with that. So you're only thinking in a normal Uzbek way. Say, how would I answer to this question if I was asked in Uzbek? So just try to answer the question. All right.
okay.
My next question is: in your country, did people in the past keep in contact in the same way as they do today? Is the contacting
I
method?
think
Yeah.
I think no, because in the past there weren't lots of uh, uh, internet social media platforms, and there wasn't actually internet, and so that they could uh, contact them by phone or message.
Yeah. Letter. Yes.
Yeah,
By writing a letter and
yeah,
sending
yeah,
it, sending a post. Okay. Thank you. We're going to move on to the next set of questions. So here is another set of questions. What kinds of things make you laugh? What kind of things make you laugh?
I think the main thing which can make me laugh is comedy shows and comedy shows which are showing in on TV, and also uh,
Which are showed,
jokes
which
in
are showed
internet,
on TV
which are shown, yeah,
because it's
and
passive.
also jokes in social media.
So you like reading to joke. You like reading jokes on social medias. Okay. Do you like making other people laugh? Cecil, did you get my question? Do you like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
making other people laugh?
Yeah, definitely. Because I like that feeling when your joke, when
Yeah, that was correct. When
your
your joke
friends,
is
when your friends laugh to your joke, and I like that feeling.
there was an internet connection problem. So could you repeat that answer? You said I like when your friends laugh at your joke, and
Uh, and that's all.
okay. The way that you have started making the sentence was really perfect. You said, "I like when people laugh at your jokes." You couldn't finish your sentence because you thought that would be a grammar mistake. If you're not sure, it's good to change your way of answering. But if you know exactly how to answer with a complex method, complex grammar, that would be even better because you can, by this, you can show that you are not only a person who can speak easily in a simple way, that that will also show that you can use a complex grammar to express your thoughts also. But again, what I want to say to you guys is that when you're speaking, just be comfortable because this is only speaking, and in when you're speaking, you should make sure that you're not talking to a formal person. It's like normal our own language. When you speak Uzbek, do you feel like you're speaking like a journalist on TV or a news reporter on TV or a person who writes a book? you're not you're not going to sound like that even in your own language. You will be talking to your friend, to your parents, or to anyone else in a normal Uzbek language. But when it comes to English, you guys feel like I have to now be formal. I have to speak like a academic person. No, IELTS speaking, yeah, IELTS test is an academic test. But when it comes to speaking, it's informal speaking test. Okay, it's not formal. It's you're not being interviewed for a job. You're not being interviewed by some kind of a president or highly stated person. You're just showing your language skills to the examiner. Not only to the examiner, but those people who are going to evaluate your language skills later by listening to the recorded material that they are going to send to Cambridge assessment tests. So be a little bit relaxed. Feel like you're talking to your friend, and yeah, think about the answer and deliver it in a normal English. Okay. My next question is, uh, do you think it's important for people to laugh?
Yeah, definitely. Because recently, scientists told that love can, uh,
Longer.
yeah, longer your life, and that's why I think it's a very beneficial feeling.
Okay, good. Is laughing the same
Advanced.
as feeling happy, do you think? Is laughing the
Um,
same as feeling happy? Do you think so?
uh, no, I don't think so. Because when people laugh, they could be uh, not happy, but laugh on jokes.
Okay. So you want to say, even if people laugh and show that they're laughing at something, the inner feelings, the feelings inside, still have a sad or
Negative.
yes, good, good, great. Thank you very much for giving me your answers. Jasur, Munira, you guys are good. You have to participate in all the lessons because that's the only way to improve your speaking skills. Tomorrow we're going to have a lesson on speaking again. That's going to be somewhere around at 2 o'clock. I will send a message later also to the group, but just note to yourself, take a note to somewhere. We're going to have a speaking lesson on like this in order to improve your speaking tomorrow at 2. It's going to be joint lesson with everybody. Um, yeah, again, follow my instructions. Don't forget to do all the tasks that I'm giving you. And yeah, do you guys have any questions? You can fire them away. Another thing that I want to say is start not typing but sending voice messages on Telegram because we have done a lot with writing. Now it's better for you to shift on speaking. So please do send voice messages instead of writing something on Telegram. Okay, thank you very much for yes. You're always welcome. I am always there for you to help and keep on being motivated. Work hard and see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.